Okay.
And this one is the USG all-purpose. This one you'd have to add water and mix, whereas the next one is already mixed. So this one is just mud inside of the bucket. And also, this one is more of a gray or off-white finish, and the next one is white.
So let persons know how they can get in contact with you all.
You can call us here on 605-9663.
Say it again.
605-9663.
There you have it, folks. The best deals in town for all of your needs. Capital Lumber, located on Parkgate Road. Thank you for joining us on Deals Crazy TV. I'm your host, Keishan. And if you would like to be a part of this amazing show, please phone us at 423-9993 or 463-7491. And you can email us at fourwaysmedia@gmail.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. A traffic accident leaves one man dead and another injured here in the capital. Spotlight on trafficking in persons. Police morale remains high despite an ongoing corruption probe. And in sports, Jonquil shines in WNBA All-Star competition. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jiminita Swain, and this is the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. Thanks so much for tuning in. A three-car traffic accident leaves one man dead overnight in the Cowpen Road area. The incident reported after 9 last night to police. The victim said to be a Caucasian man believed to be from Long Island. Officer in charge of the Traffic Division, Chief Superintendent Eugene Strawn, on what arriving officers found on the scene.
Our preliminary inquiries into this matter revealed that a dark-colored Nissan Note was traveling east along the corridor, and for some reason he veered into the lane of the westbound traffic, making contact with a white sedan, and subsequently continuing along east along Cowpen Road when he collided into a lorry, which was also traveling west along Cowpen Road. Subsequent to the collision, an adult male passenger in the lorry received injuries and subsequently was taken to PMH for medical assistance.
In other news, the Bahamas and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime hosted the second annual Trafficking in Persons Forum Friday as officials look to create greater awareness of human trafficking. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, opened the event on what he says is a stark violation of human rights and a pressing global issue. In 2023, the TIP task force in the Bahamas assisted 11 victims of human trafficking and 5 dependent children, while 5 people were charged in the court with trafficking in persons-related offenses. He says the problem of human trafficking demands both attention and action.
It preys upon the most vulnerable amongst us by exploiting their hopes and dreams for profit and gain. The victims of trafficking endure unimaginable suffering, and it is our duty to stand as their advocates, to protect their rights, and to ensure justice is served.
The theme of this week's forum is enhancing screening and best practices to identify trafficking in persons.
By enhancing our screening mechanisms and adopting effective practices, we can improve our ability to detect cases early, provide immediate assistance to victims, and to prosecute offenders to the fullest extent of the law.
The search for 60 migrants lost at sea who reportedly departed the Bahamas earlier this month for Florida have been called off, according to U.S. and Bahamian officials. The boat reportedly left Abaco on July 4th, bound for Fort Pierce, when the boat's crew reported engine troubles around 11 p.m. that day. The timing and the departure point of the boat coincides with information circulating in the local Haitian community about a missing Haitian rapper, Wens Jonathan Desir, also known as McCann's T. He reportedly performed in Abaco in May, this despite Bahamian officials stating that there is no record of the rapper's entry into the Bahamas. He has not been seen since July 4th. Activist Louis Georges spoke to ZNS News this week regarding the voyage and McCann's T being a passenger on the ill-fated trip.
I don't have any particulars at this time as it relates to when, where, that sort of thing. Who, name of boat, I don't have any of those particulars. We just know that, there was a voyage and this very, very, very famous Haitian artist was part of, was one of the persons who would have taken the chance or the risk to try to get to the United States of America.
With recent allegations involving a senior police executive over misconduct, Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings maintains that police morale remains high among officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. With the credibility of the organization under scrutiny following recent scurrilous attacks involving Central Detective Unit Chief Michael Johnson, Chief Superintendent Skippings says officers remain committed.
We remain focused as an organization. We remain relentless. We have an obligation to the Bahamian people, and we're going to maintain that obligation to the Bahamian people. Our job is to maintain law and order, apprehend offenders, preserve the peace, arrest those who commit offenses, and enforce all the laws with which we are charged to do. And so morale is extremely high. We're going, and you see it, we're out in numbers. We still have our stops going on. We still have our operations going on. And so we must still press on. This is our country. And we signed up for this. And so we're going to remain committed and focused to the task that is at hand.
You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. More news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
And we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right. Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Thanks for staying with us. BTC and the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union have reviewed and worked together on about 85 active items within the year, one of them being the closing of the old BTC headquarters building on John F. Kennedy Drive. BTC's Director of People, K. Darren Turnquest, says the health and safety of all employees is top priority. He also gave this update on the building's closure.
Which was not a mold issue, it was a mildew issue, a temperature issue. But simply we closed the building because our union partners, we did a walkabout and we said, no, this is, our employees are first. So we're not afraid to act on things relative to health and safety.
With the University of the Bahamas searching for a new president, there are concerns from the Bahamas Public Service Union representing UB's unionized line staff. According to President Kimsley Ferguson, the union is hoping to complete a salary review of its members at UB as other labor organizations representing employees at the tertiary educational facility have already done.
It came from Dr. Smith, Dr. Rowland, and now it's in the hands of President Hodder. And so everybody seems to be kicking the kettle down the street. And again, I want to reiterate, we signed an industrial agreement with the University of the Bahamas, and we expect that they would be the honorable people that they purport to be and address the issue concerned.
Young Methodists from here in New Providence, across the region and the United Kingdom will gather at Super Club's Breezes in just a matter of days to participate in the Youth and Centro Conference. It's the first time the Bahamas will be hosting the regional conference, which will take place at Super Club's Breezes between July 22nd to the 29th. It's the first time the Bahamas will host a conference which is held every 4 years for young people between the ages of 15 to 25. President of the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands Conference, Bishop Theophilus Rolle, says the conference provides the opportunity for spiritual awakening and renewal of young people.
We have seen in the past that these encuentros would have also been the seedbed and the ground, the foundation for many of our young people to answer the call of God and to respond in faith to the call of God and offer themselves for ministry. I believe Reverend Kelly Jolly is one of those individuals as well who would have come out of that experience as well. And so it is a very powerful time for us in the Methodist Church. And we believe that here in the Bahamas, as we meet for this encuentro, this is going to be a great opportunity for us to help to nurture faith in our young people, but also to set them forth in the giftings that God has blessed them with. And we have various teams in this conference that will be working even behind the scenes, teams that will be praying, teams that will be helping with evangelism, teams that will be helping with the worship, teams that will be helping with the craft and the various other activities.
Organizer Reverend Kelly Jolly says the conference will be focused on equipping the next generation of leaders with the knowledge, skills, and support they need to advance the work of the 21st century church.
We have a number of dynamics going on within the Caribbean, and we want the youth to leave with a sense that God is with them in no matter what they are going through, that they are made in the image of God and God loves them. And so the program is very multifaceted, as we have native crafts available in terms of straw working workshops, dance and music, and martial arts workshop. But also we have finance workshops and workshops that deal with, am I sensing a call to ministry? Also, what does God look like, and examining my approach to my spirituality? And also, how am I a steward of my mental health in times of crisis?
Well, the One Family Junkanoo and community organization honored key members in their inaugural Hall of Fame induction ceremony held at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium Monday night. The Category A group hit Bay Street in 1993 and have been perennial top contenders, racking up a number of boxing and New Year's Day parade wins, the group with the most second-place finishes over that span. Hall of Fame Red inductees include Stanley Burnside, Gary Gaye Davis, Hubert Chipman, Arlene Nash Ferguson, Rory Sanders, Tyrone Goatman Fernanda, Dave Potts Smith, Trevor Bubbles DaCosta, and Darren Bastian. Also inducted was the late Jackson Burnside, former chairman, and what the group refers to as the One Family's Ants Nest Hall of Fame. Chairman of the Junkanoo Corporation of the Bahamas, Jan Miller, notes why the One Family Junkanoo and community group stands out.
It's bigger than Bay Street. It's about community. It's about brotherhood, sisterhood, camaraderie. And that has been the pillar of One Family, and something that I've been very jealous of One Family for since their inception. One Family has proven that it is bigger, truly bigger than Bay Street, and its membership and its community has always been in the forefront.
Well, Cafe Martinique is the epitome of fine dining for more than 4 decades at the Atlantis Resort. And now it has its very first Bahamian chef, Edney Gator, to steer its next course. Take a look.
My intent is to almost have 2 portions of the menu where we have a lot of classical dishes, then we have a lot of modernized dishes instead of straight classical straight across the board. So being in this generation of chefs, I still want to modernize things just a little bit.
Since 1965, this is the first time a Bahamian is running Cafe Martinique. Chef Gator has been at the restaurant for 6 years and in hospitality for about 18 years.
It shows that they believe in me and they can see the talent and what I want to bring to the table, and they gave me that opportunity. So I'm just elated that I was afforded the opportunity, and hopefully I supersede that opportunity.
The chef talked about the popular dishes.
We have a snapper dish, which is a good seller because people always want to try something local. The mai is a good seller, and then you also have the meat lovers. So we have fine cuts like filet mignon.
He took us into the kitchen to prepare and plate dishes for me to try.
And tonight we have our classic steak au poivre, which is pepper crusted, finished with pink peppercorn and sauteed asparagus.
As for his advice to aspiring chefs,
the success stories are persons who understand the food industry from all angles. When you become the best cook in your food, it's the best and everybody enjoys it. Now you need to be able to know how to produce that on a scale. You need to learn how to teach people how to do it the way that you want it to be done. You need to be able to now market the meal. You need to be able to now monetize that meal. So we need to make sure that we understand this from an educational aspect when you want to come into this field.
Stay with us. Sports is up next with our Charles Fisher. Stay with us.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
Oh, wait, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long, yet the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Hi, my name is Sanchez Clinton, paint and flooring specialist here at CBS Bahamas. And today I just want to welcome you into our brand new paint center where you could get top quality products at exceptional prices, such as Valspar, Minwax, Krylon, and so much more. At CBS Bahamas, you could get your color match, tinting, shaking here for free. You could even get a digital rendering or even a color swatch, and we'll be able to mix it with our advanced color matching system. So come on down to CBS Bahamas where we can help you build beautiful.
Beat the heat this summer with ZNS and Comfort Suites. This July, you can win a cool, relaxing staycation at Comfort Suites on Paradise Island. Listen to the Good Morning Bahamas show on 50 and 40 AM and 104.5 FM Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 AM for details. Beat the heat with ZNS and Comfort Suites.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Saturday. I'm Charles Fisher. Athletes from the Roadrunners Track Club celebrating at the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium on Friday. The 43-member team returned home recently after competing at the annual AAU Classic in Florida. And after securing some 60 medals, club president and head coach Dexter Bodie was impressed with the team's performance.
This year, after 24 years, this year we have came 16 out of 300 teams. That was a great accomplishment for us. Next year, God spare life, we're hoping to go for the kill. We're going to try and come in the top 2. We're going to look at some stuff, and then we're going to tweak some things.
Competing in several events was Jasmine Thompson. She talked about her experience at the prestigious meet.
It was a different experience in the whole because I never really competed with back-to-back events like that. Cause I had the 400 and the 4x1 and the 4 hurdles and the 4x4 right after. It was a new experience, but nevertheless, I was thankful that I was able to finish them all. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have been able to go over there and run.
National javelin record holder Keyshawn Strawn making that throw from Auburn to Nebraska, switching schools, something he thought was necessary.
It's a good program for javelin throwers. You know, they come out men's side, they come out first place, All-American. Women's, they come out first place. You know, it's a good program for javelin throwers. You know, Rima also, who attends there, she been my training partner for almost 8 years. So it's like everything just coming into place. You know, it's like, why not? You know, take the chance and go over, you know, to improve myself, better myself.
And John Paul Jones competing in the WNBA All-Star Weekend, lighting it up in the three-point contest last night in Phoenix. Jones would go on to finish second and will play in the All-Star game tonight that pits the U.S. Olympic women's team headed to France against the All-Stars. Jones on being an All-Star once again.
Just being here this year, like we're going around the city, and like the amount of advertisements and things that I'm seeing around the city is just, it really feels like an all-star event. It really feels like it encapsulates like the moment and how big this moment is for not just the players, but for fans to come in and be a part of this. And I think you see that level of investment, and I think you see the way that our league is growing in terms of viewership and the eyes that are on our league. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've seen in terms of like the All-Star. Just it has a different feel. It almost feels big and like way bigger than it was before. We want to go out there and provide the best experience for the fans, and for this to be a really fun and exciting game, but also a really competitive game.
Game time this evening, 8:30, and can be watched on ESPN. Good luck to her. That's going to do it for Sports Saturday. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Hardware is the helpful place. Everything you need under one roof, from electrical, paint, plumbing, outdoor, barbecue, automotive, lawn and garden, pet supply, houseware, and seasons. Hurricane season is now here, so for all your hurricane needs, we have a 25% off bargain zone.
Hey, thanks. I would have given more stuff, but I didn't bring my money. I thought this was a glove, and I thought everything was free. Finally know what it is now. Ace.
We're located on St. Albans Drive, West Bay Street. Open Monday to Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and closed for lunch 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Your one-stop shop for all things news and entertainment.
Bringing you exclusive content from unique talents you can't find anywhere else.
Keeping you updated with the top stories from across the nation.
And entertained with a variety of engaging content.
All in one place.
With one click.
You mean I can get all this in the palm of my hand?
Yes.
On all my favorite devices? Yes. And with unlimited access to all types of different content.
You won't need to look anywhere else.
That's ZNS Digital.
That's ZNS Digital.
That's ZNS Digital.
That's ZNS Digital. ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Germinator. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature very warm, 90 degrees, a relative humidity at 64%, winds out of the east-southeast at 14 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,019.7 millibars, that is 30.11 inches, and your temperatures around the islands are this evening picking up 89 degrees in Marshall, Abaco, Green Turkey at 87 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands 90, Allenstown, Bimini at 90 degrees, 90 also in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 88 degrees there, also in Allenstown, Cat Island, picking up another 88, and that extends into San Salvador and also in Rumkey. A little cool as we head into the central and southeastern parts of our country, and that's because of some cloud cover and showers taking place there. 78 degrees in Rygut Island, Clarence, Long Island, Crooked Island, and Betsy Bay, Mayaguana. Ackland, 78 as well. Matthew, Nagua, cooler still at 74 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight through tomorrow in the northwestern and central parts of the country. The winds are going to be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights at 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. Now, your high tide will occur at 8:01 tonight, with another high tide at 8:17 tomorrow morning for the southeast Bahamas through Sunday, east to southeast. 15 to 20 knots, rough seas, 4 to 7 feet. So caution flags are in place for boaters. And as we look at the tropics, still have that persistent Sahara dust that is blanketing the Atlantic, the Caribbean Sea, and even a portion of the Bahamas. And that will continue to keep a lid on any kind of tropical cyclone development over the next few days. Our satellite pictures showing that mid to upper level trophy near the Turks and Caicos Islands, which is firing up some heavy showers and thunderstorms over the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. All of that will be drifting towards the west, so we'll see some of that moving into our area here in the capital tomorrow as well. Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, breezy, very warm with a couple of thunderstorms developing, especially late tonight during the early morning hours, with your low temperature just around 81 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be cloudy, breezy with a couple of showers, heavy at times, particularly in the early part of the day, with your high temperature struggling to get up to about 87 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, we will have showers in the forecast through Sunday, which will be heavy at times. Into Monday, it becomes a little bit more isolated as we head into the afternoon. And by Tuesday, we'll see much more sunshine working its way back into our forecast. Jiminita.
Thanks, Basil. Seen as a beacon of hope, members of the Church of God of Prophecy East Street have erected a 40-foot cross on East Street and Sunlight Cottage, sending a subtle but direct message to all that despite challenges, hope remains. The brainchild behind the structure, Lyndon Maycock, says the cross remains a symbol of hope and a reminder that Christ is still in control.
Particularly in the inner city here in the East Street community, is to shine a light that in the midst of darkness, that there is hope, there is light, and when persons may be going through a whole lot. Just the other day, we had 4 murders in this country. And so if persons would recognize that there is a God and that Jesus saves, we want them to think twice and remember that the cross makes the difference. Even when BPL goes off and there's an island-wide blackout, this cross will be lit.
On Friday evening, lights on the cross were turned on for the first time, drawing attention from pedestrians and motorists, all curious about the imposing symbol standing high on East Street. Maycock's brother, Pastor Leroy Maycock, adds the cross is also a memorial to their deceased parents, Arthur and Rose Maycock, who during their lives taught lessons of faith, hope, and love for all, which he says continues to direct his journey as a Christian.
As persons would pass this cross, whether they're drunk or on drugs, and once they see the cross, they would know that the love of Jesus is extended to them also, and they no doubt would want to give their lives to the Lord.
And that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.